guys, Preacher 357 here, coming to you again here behind the shop at my range, and thought I'd do a little shooting today and see if you wanted to come along as I've got out my Marlin Model 60 in 22 long rifle. Beautiful rifle here. I think it was manufactured in 92, I believe. No, 93. 07 serial number there, I believe is 93. Check make sure, but I believe that's right. I think it was manufactured in 93. And this is one of the models that had the cut down magazine tube. They originally held 18. This one supposedly holds 15, but I don't think I can get about 14 in there unless I use something to help push that last round down, which I don't ever do. So I just load 14 in here. And the only other thing that really is different than the way it came from the factory is that I put a different set of sights on it. I think these are Williams fire sight sights that I put on here, which is much like a handgun sights. You know, it's got the dots on the back. I don't know if you can see that or not there. It's got the dots on the back and then the fiber optic front on it. And I did that because as I got older, I got to where I couldn't see that old sight. It used to just have the old standard, almost like a military style sight on it, just a little bitty blade on the front and just a little bitty notch on the back, and it got where my eyes just weren't good enough to see it anymore, so I needed something a little bit bigger and a little bit brighter. So I put that on there. But you know, I don't know, I've had this gun 5 or 6 years. I mean, I bought it off a guy I know. I didn't buy this one new in 92, though I'm old enough to have bought it new in 92, but I didn't. But I've had this one 5 or 6 years. But it's a great shooting gun. Of course, they're just direct blowback here, operation on these. And this has the micro groove rifling on it, which is extremely accurate. You know, sometimes you run into some issues with the Marlin micro groove rifling with some of your cartridges, especially your lead cartridges. It just doesn't like them, and you have to buy oversized lead rounds just to try to get a hold of the rifling enough to get good accuracy out of them. It can be a pain when you're trying to load up hard cast for some of the Marlin rifles. Sometimes, not all of them, but sometimes. Depends on your rifle. I've got a 336 that I have that trouble with in 30-30 that I just can't seem to get lead rounds to work in it for nothing. So, but this one here, it shoots very accurately, well, at least as accurate as I can shoot it. I'm not the best rifleman in the world. Of course, after seeing my other videos of my handguns, you might say I'm not the best pistol shooter in the world, but I'm even worse with a rifle. But of course, obviously, the longer sight radius makes it easier to hit, but I'm not as steady with a rifle as some guys are. I'm more of a handgun shooter, but I thought I'd bring it out here and just have a little plinking fun. It's a beautiful day out here. Really, really bright. I'm hoping you can even see the video here. That's one of the problems with it being bright outside. It makes it kind of hard to get a good video and get the exposure right and all that. I've got the filter on and everything to try to get some good video here for you. When you're inside, you got to have more light, but when you're outside, you can have too much sometimes. So, anyway, I'm going to do a little shooting with it. I don't know too much to tell you about it, but we'll talk a little bit about it here, and we'll see if I can hit anything with it. Right now I'm shooting a Gila. It's their 40 grain. It's their 22 Super Extra. I've also got some 36 grain Federal over here if I decide I want to change rounds up a little bit. But let's see if we can hit anything with this thing at all. Maybe I can hit something here. Make sure my safety. All right, here we go. Well, not too bad for just letting them fly and not really trying too hard for accuracy. You know, the fact that I can hit that great big cowboy from here with a rifle is not saying a whole lot, right? I think I actually missed one round, but I wasn't hardly even using the sights. I was just letting them fly. Well, let me load up a few more in here and we'll try to hit some of these other targets, maybe even some of these small ones. Maybe with this gun I can actually hit something and not have to struggle so much with these small targets, and I might even be able to hit that one out there at range. What do you think? You think I might be able to? Maybe. We'll see. Load up 14 more of these things and give her a whirl here. See what we can do. I'm not going to make too long of a video today. I'm not going to try to keep you too long. Just drop one on the floor there, if that's all right. Not the quickest reloading in the world. That's why a lot of people prefer like the Rugers, the Ruger 1022, which is magazine fed. And you can load up your magazines ahead of time if you want to or whatever, have a bunch of them. They got the big 50 rounders and 100 round drums and all that. You know, a lot of people prefer the Ruger 1022s. They're probably the most popular of the semi-auto rifles, 22 rifles right now. You know, for a long time, the Marlin 1022 though was probably the king. And I'd be willing to bet as many of these have been sold as any rifle in the entire world, but I don't have the numbers, I'm just guessing. I do a lot of that, but let's see what we can do here. Let's put a few over here. Well, look at there. I can actually hit them little targets with this. Well, you know. I couldn't tell if I was actually hitting that white target down there at 35 or not. I think I was, but I wasn't getting much feedback. Of course, these are 22s. They're not exactly just knocking that thing around or anything. I think I see multiple hits down there, so I think I was hitting it. I couldn't hear it, so I was like, am I hitting it or not? Kind of had me a little bit confused there. Let me load up a few more of these. Of course, you can see here, this is a tube magazine here. If you can see how that works, the tubular magazine, you pull out the rod and there's a slot right there that they go down in. Sure, most of you have had these before. This is pretty common for the 22 rifles. The Henrys load this way, obviously, as well. Even their bigger bores tend to load this way, though they've come out with the side loading gate now. So, you know, I think that's an improvement. I have one Henry in 357, which doesn't have the side loading gate. It'd be nice if it had it. That's the only downside really to that rifle. But I guess they did that because they wanted them to be more like the original Henry rifles, which didn't have a side plate. But other than that, they're really not like the original Henry rifle, so I'm not sure how that has anything to do with it. But that's what they decided to do. So doesn't make them bad guns, just something a lot of people wanted, and I think they finally gave in. So let's try her again here. We'll shoot these red plates one more time, then I'm gonna see if I can hit that plate down there at 80 yards. I knew when I let that go, it was off. All right, let's see if I can hit this one down here. Let's give her a few shots and see if I can find the range. I think I missed one, but I hit all the rest of them. Well, that's a whole lot better than what I was doing with the handguns, wasn't it? I'm proud of myself. I'm just a regular marksman, ain't I? I'm something else. Something on a stick. Yeah, I think pretty much everybody watching can just about do that there. I don't think I've impressed anyone with that performance, but get a few more here loaded up. This is the tedious part. Slow loading process. But I'm in no hurry. You're not in any hurry, are you? You got all the time in the world. It's a beautiful day. And right now it's a weekend. You know, it's a lazy Sunday afternoon. I preached this morning. And I had a good service at church. Now I'm out here just enjoying myself and enjoying this beautiful day the Lord has given us. So I'm gonna shoot a few more. Just bear with me here while I just have a little bit of fun, hopefully. Let's see here. Of course, it ain't no fun unless you hit, right? If that's the case, I didn't have a lot of fun in these last several videos, did I? I was missing a lot, but it was still fun. Still fun. You know what? I forgot to load one in the chamber, I think. Try that again. Down here again. Fun little plinking gun. You can't hardly beat the Marlin Model 60. Should have brought some tin cans out here. Been like the old days when I was a kid. Shooting tin cans. But I didn't. Didn't think about it. Of course, if I got cans out of the pantry, out of the cupboard there, and put them out here and shot up all our food, my wife probably be upset with me. I don't know if I had any empty ones or not. You know, well, honestly, we don't eat a lot of canned food like we used to. Growing up, that's all you ate was canned food. We don't do a lot of that now. Usually, if we eat vegetables and stuff, it's frozen now. They say it's healthier for you. Trying to be healthy, trying to keep myself in pretty good shape. Right now, I've got round going. I think I'm doing pretty good at round. And trying to extend the enjoyment I have out of life, right? You know, I don't know about you guys, but I'm almost the same age my dad was when he passed away. And you think about those things sometimes, you know. Not that I'm afraid of death, you know. I think I got somewhere good I'm going. I think I got something better on the way than what's here on this earth. But at the same time, there's a lot of things I'd like to accomplish, a lot of things I'd like to do. And, you know, I'm not sure I want to, you know, leave this earth at an early age. But if that's what the Lord has planned, that's what he has planned. And whatever's best is best. All I can do is be the best person I can in the meantime and enjoy it and come out here and shoot some guns. Let's do a little bit more of that here. Marlin Model 60. Really nice gun here. It's not perfect. It's got some blemishes on it. You know, it's been around a little while. Said it's almost 30 years old. Still shoots really good, especially now that I can see the sights. And I really enjoy this little gun. Really, really do. And I wouldn't trade it for the world now. Nothing better than coming out here with some 22 and just plinking around. You know, all these plates out here I can shoot at short distances with the 22, you know, it won't hurt them. Or a pistol caliber carbine, I could do the same. You know, I can't take my rifle calibers out here and shoot these plates at short distance because they're AR 500, but still at this distance, that's a little too much power and velocity. Now the one out there, I can hit with my rifle cartridges, and it doesn't do any damage. But Model 60 Marlin here. Made in North Haven, Connecticut. This was before Remington bought them, obviously. And then before Ruger bought the Marlin from Remington. Now Ruger owns Marlin, the brand, and they're the ones manufacturing the Marlin rifles, though at this time, as far as I know, they are not making the Model 60, and I don't think they've even announced plans to make the Model 60. And as popular as their Ruger 1022 is, I'm wondering if they will. I really wonder if we're going to see a Model 60 or not, because they're basically going to be competing against themselves if they do. But we'll see. It may be one of those things where they think the market's big enough for both guns and they can make a profit off both. So I really hope so. I'd like to see these back on the market. I really, really like these guns. I kind of wish this was a little bit older one that had the longer magazine tube. But those models generally, other than I think maybe a 1 year or so, certain models didn't have the last round bolt hold open. So that's nice to have. It's almost worth losing 3 rounds or 4 rounds or whatever to get the bolt hold on this gun. So I think it was a pretty good trade-off. Of course, they did that because of New Jersey gun laws that went into effect about the number of rounds a gun could hold, and so they changed it, you know, all the way across the board just so they didn't have to make a special one just for New Jersey. That's what you know, all these gun laws have done to us, right? One place gets something changed and you have to start changing everything up on everyone. You know, we talked about the Colt Python the other day being a 4.25 inch barrel, and they weren't 4-inch barrels anymore because of gun laws in places like Canada and what have you that wouldn't let you have a gun under 4 inches, and just crazy things. Where do people come up with this mess? And of course what you find is these politicians that are making all of these laws and passing all these laws don't know a firearm from their rear ends, right? They don't know anything about them, and yet they're the ones going to make the policy and tell us what we can and can't do, right? It's just silly, just absolutely ignorance. Absolute ignorance is all it is. But I'm going to load this up. Now I'm going to shoot her one more time, then I'm going to let you guys go. I'm not going to make a long video out of this because there's really not a lot to say, and this is almost one of those things where it's so easy to hit, it's not any fun to watch me shoot because you just, you know, not expecting me to miss. It's not such a big deal, and I'm sure everybody out there could hit just as well as I am right now with this gun. So that's why you should get it, because it's a lot of fun when you hit everything you're shooting at. If you don't have a little .22 rifle to plink with or what have you, then you need to get one, because you just can't beat it. And even though ammo is a lot more expensive than it used to be, even .22 is way higher than what it was at one time, it's still cheaper than 9mm. It's still cheaper than the centerfire cartridge round, so you're going to spend a lot less money to come out here and shoot targets than you would with a centerfire gun. So if you don't have one, you know, go pick one up, and you can find these things used for a decent price. Now I bought this from a guy I know, and he gave me a really good price on it. I think I only paid like $75 for this thing, but you know, brand new they weren't but like 150 or something. So, you know, these are not expensive guns. You can have a lot of fun on a pretty tight budget, you know, with .22 ammo and a gun like this right here. And I can go ahead and tell you, this $150 gun brand new, $75 that I paid for it, is as accurate as probably any $1,000 gun you're going to buy in .22, right? I mean, these things are absolutely drive tacks. These are great guns. The barrels in these things are extremely accurate. So let me shoot just a few more rounds, then I'll let you guys go. Let's see what we can do here. See if I can just run through and not miss it all. Take my time. All right, these little ones here. I can't even hear that when I hit it. I know I'm hitting it, but I really can't even hear it. Let's go out here again. Oh, I just missed. I pulled that one high. I hit on the last round though. I pulled the first one high and I pulled the second one to the right, I believe. I had to check the video to see because I couldn't really see out there. This lights are blinding. I can't really see where anything's going. Plus 22s don't kick up a lot of dirt, so it's hard to tell. But guys, I appreciate you coming out. God bless you. Y'all take care, and we'll see you again next time.